Great. Well, welcome everyone. I'm excited to talk to you all tonight. And tonight I really wanted to just talk to you about where I am in my business and how I've stuck it out and kind of introduce you to my mind, because I feel like I get really excited about our business and the opportunity that we have, but I don't know that I get to share that with you very often. So I wanted to do that tonight. I was looking through my coach office, and it will be my 10-year coaching anniversary on the 30th, which I think is 2 weeks from Friday, which is insane, which is like the longest I've ever had any job, right? I don't even think about it like that, but it is, and it's because I love it. And so I wanted to give you a little bit of background on how I became a Beachbody coach, because I think there's a lot to learn from that, and I keep going back to it myself. But basically 11 and a half years ago, was it that long ago? 11 years ago, I think maybe, I started using Beachbody products, and they changed me. They changed the way I thought about food. They changed my energy levels. They changed me mentally, and they changed me physically. I became an active mom versus a passive mom. I started using Beachbody products when I had my third child. So I wasn't just brand new to momming either. It really changed how I lived and what I did, and the role that food played in my family. Everything was always around food, where we were eating next, where we were going, before Beachbody came into my life. And I wouldn't say that it's completely made a 180, but I have to say I realized that food can be fuel and not just fun. I think we used to just eat because it was something to do and it was social. So learning to eat better and learning to exercise has just helped me be healthier. And then through that, I am able to be a better role model for my children. I have 4 children. And so, they see fitness as a part of our daily lives, knowing, so I didn't see that when I was growing up, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I kind of wish I had, because I think I would have started it earlier. So that makes me happy as a mom. Now, I became a coach because I wanted to pay it forward. I wanted other people to feel just like I was feeling. And so I know that many of you that I'm looking at on the call today can relate to that. And it's an amazing feeling. So I'd have to say that powers me through so much. I get a lot of joy out of helping somebody feel, I don't know, I feel like when you work out, and I think most of you can understand this, I was able to change how I feel about myself. Just my own confidence, not necessarily in my body, but just in what I can do. And I felt really powerful, that I could do so much. I tried things that I had never done before because of the confidence that the workouts had given me. Just running, playing sports, being that active person. And so I wanted to give other people the ability to do that. And Beachbody was a vehicle that I knew would help them. I didn't have to design the program. I didn't have to figure out their nutrition, but I could support them and motivate them and keep them going. And I didn't know at the time what it could do and how I could grow a team. I just basically saw that it was something that I was now passionate about, and I wanted to share that passion. As I got into it and as I was doing it, I realized, after a short period of time, that there were people who were making a lot of money, who were helping a lot of people, who were focusing more time maybe than me, or who were doing it differently. So as I watched and learned, I decided, wow, okay, I have something here that I can help other people do, and I can take this seriously like a job, and I can grow it like a business and start a team and help people and really pay it forward that way. And then that would turn into something even more financially, it would even do more, that way. So basically I watched my sponsor turn her business into something like that, and said, why not me? Me too. I'm going to do the same thing. And it might take me longer. It might, it's not a time-based thing. It's an activity-based thing. It's a, part of our compensation plan is volume-based. So how many people am I going to get doing this with me, and how active are they going to be, and how many people are they going to help? So I got to learn along the way with my sponsor how to do this. And it gives me great joy to help somebody who, can't put food on the table, help a few people with their fitness and find a way to now do things, maybe, get groceries without having to stress about how to pay for them, or maybe to know if they can put a full tank of gas in their car instead of filling it up $5 at a time. Just the little things like that. And then it does, we've been able to help people create 6-figure incomes as well. So it's not just about the little things, but I really do get back to the little things. So for me, when I think about how do you keep your focus, how do you stay, I've had multiple children, I started coaching when I had a newborn, when she was like 9 months old. So she wasn't really a newborn, but she was an infant. And then I went on to have another baby while I was a coach. So I had a pregnancy, a baby. I've had, 4 kids to deal with, losing weight to get back to a pre-baby weight. I've had just life come at me. I'm now like approaching menopause, and now I have that coming at me. So all kinds of life changes throughout these 10 years. And I think what keeps me motivated and focused is my belief, right? And I go back to this all the time, is a belief that I have in the company, in our CEO, in the executive team, and in our products. And I want to share a little bit of that with you. So throughout the years, this company had a lot of exposure to, via calls, via dinners, via meetings, via sessions, one-on-ones, all kinds of stuff with our executive team. I've really been able to watch and listen and learn. And I know that they take this business seriously, and they will not stop. They can, but they don't. And so for me, the belief in the business that I have here keeps me going, knowing that they continue to put out top-notch products. Even though there's things that I might question, like, why did they take my favorite protein powder away? Or why did they change the way that this Shakeology tastes? Or the way that this is packaged? Or why did they discontinue this trainer? All kinds of things change that I don't really get or know, but I trust and I believe. And I think it's one of the big reasons why I'm still here, is that, I have belief in our brand, and I know these products work because I continue to use them and see how they change me. And they might not always physically transform my body. They can, though. And that's the thing, is I've seen them work, and I know they work, but I have to work in order for them to work. And that's one of the biggest things. I think that our business is hard because it takes real work. It's not like I'm going to rub this lotion on my body and lose weight, or take this pill, or, enroll 10 people and I'll make $1 million. It's a lot of knowing what to do, but then doing it for a while. It doesn't happen overnight. And so I think when you have a strong belief in it, and you can just take that and let that power you, you're willing to do the work and hang out there. So part of that is that I did it before I was paid to do it, right? I was telling people to go do what I was doing because it felt good and I wanted to pay it forward. And then when I learned, wow, okay, I'll make $15 if I tell someone to buy Power 90. Yeah, that's going to help my life. I didn't quite see how to this magnitude, but just knowing that I can help someone feel better, maybe lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds, be more active, just like I had done, that keeps me going, okay? So I had some people ask me some questions when I said, hey, I'm going to talk about this. What would you like to hear about? And one of the questions that I got was, well, what do you do about people, you enroll people, but people leave? And how do you stick with it even though people leave? That's one of the harder things. And it took me a while to not take it personally, because I think, take it personally. But I feel like this business isn't for everyone. It's not easy, or everyone would do it. It takes a special kind of person who really wants to help people, who sees the vision and believes in the products and is willing to just continue to help people. They're the ones that have like some fire in them. And so when someone says, you know what, I'm doing this, maybe they don't even say, maybe they just leave and take 10 people with them. I always look at, I kind of take it a little personally, even though I know I shouldn't, but I look at maybe this isn't a fit for them, and that's okay, because it's not for everyone. So I try not to take it personally. That's number one. And number two is I know that it's hard. So you got to want it, you got to do it, and you got to know that even if it's hard, you can stick with it. Because I think I think it's right. I mean, it's right for me. It's not right for everyone. So that's kind of how I stick with it. And I know that people are going to leave. So I've been in this 10 years and I've watched different, products come around and different opportunities come around and people kind of jump on those. And again, it's just a seasonal thing. It's going to happen and it does hurt. But again, I think it sort of needs to happen because there's a lot of people that just hang out like hoping it's going to work and they're not doing the work. So that's kind of where I am with that. That was a good question that someone had. What keeps me focused? Usually when I have a vision. That's kind of when I do the best, is when I have a reason to keep pushing harder, to show up every day. So there's days where I don't have that. And it's both in my fitness and in my business, and I've noticed it come and go. So when I'm on a program, like on a 30-day plan or a 60-day, 90-day plan, I'm dedicated and I'm going to do it. Yeah, there's days where I don't want to do it, but I push through it and I get there. And I always feel better when I'm done, but it's the support of our team. When I'm in a group, I feel like that is something that, you want to do it, you want to do it together, and you want to be there and have that, that connection. And I think that's really important. And I think we lose sight of that a little because, again, it's hard. It's hard to create the group to keep it going and to continually keep doing that. So for me, some of my focus comes from just that feeling of being connected to our team and to others and my customers and knowing that they're going through the same thing I'm going through. And then the vision of, where do you want to be at the end of those 30 days? For this course program, my main goal was stamina, be able to do moves better, to have good form, and to stick with it and press play for 30 days, which I don't always do. And I was able to do it. I think I did 29 of the 30. I had to go back and add like 3 at the end because I had a missed day and something come up one day. So like that to me was really good. Now I took pictures and I have to say, like, I was hoping for a transformation, and hope doesn't get you very far because I didn't follow the meal plan, and I can't have results if I don't follow the meal plan. And, for those of us that I think that's a huge part of it. But for me, when I don't see results, it's not because the program doesn't work. It's because I didn't do the work. So again, I think the same thing, I can look at my business. When did my business change? When I decided it would be different. Because I was sort of hobbying in it. It was natural. It was easy. I was talking to people. People were coming to me. And I made, a few $100s a week that way. That was awesome. But what happened was something changed in my head. And I said, why not me? There's people who are in the top or you're really close to hitting a goal that the company is setting out there for you. And you're like number 3 or number 4 every month. Why aren't you doing it? Because it's hard, because I was tired, because I was pregnant and had every excuse. And what changed when I decided why not me was me. I said, well, that's right. I could do that. I could be like them. I could just find a way to make it happen. And so the course of me changing and learning and growing was I had to decide that I had to make some sacrifices. I had to take away, maybe it was lunches with my friends or playing tennis in the morning instead of, chatting and emailing and connecting with customers. I had to find ways to fit in the things that I needed to do when my kids were sleeping, when my house was quiet. I had to do those things that were not necessarily hard, but I had to make a sacrifice of something that I could have been in bed with my husband. I could have been tucking in my kids every night, so some nights maybe I didn't. In fact, when I was going for a top 10, that was something, as soon as we were done eating, I went to the computer, my husband tucked in the kids. Well, I missed that. So I couldn't do that forever, but for a short period of time, I decided I had to sacrifice. So the vision and the goal had to be strong enough to keep me doing what I was doing, because if it wasn't, it's easy to say those things aren't that significant, so I don't connect with the customer tonight, big deal. If I don't reach out and find a new person on Facebook that it was meant to connect with me, big deal, right? But all those things added up were a big deal, because the more people you talk to, the more people you invite, the more people there are that are accepting your invitation, and the more people you have to help. And then as you help people get results, there's more people that want to pay it forward with you that might need to change their life with an income opportunity, or maybe they just love helping people. It's not about the money. Either way, that's your team, and that's how your team grows. So I feel like those things are part of the belief and the vision kind of married together are what drive you to do it more, to get out of your comfort zone, because each and every one of us on this call tonight work our businesses and we're comfortable. We work them to our comfort level, whatever amount of time we have that we set aside. When you signed up, you might have an hour a day, you might have 30-minute blocks twice or 3 times a day, but you have your time and you know you're going to invite your whatever limits you set, your 5 or 10 people, and you're going to make your minimum goals if it's adding 2 new people to your team or bringing on 3 challengers a month, whatever it is. That goal you're going to work toward because it's your goal and it's comfortable. So what changed for me was that I had to make my goal really uncomfortable, and I had to do what I needed to do all the time. So for me, that was how I had to do it. I don't think that's how you have to do it. That was the only way I knew how to do it, was just talk to more people. And it was before I had any, real internet presence or any funnels, which I'm still, I think, working on. I think when you can identify your brand and really get your message down, and speak to your people, your tribe, they will come to you. They will find you. They will seek you out, and you will be heard. Basically, the people who have the most to give or who find a way to give something unique, I think, are the ones that really are, they create that magnetic force that draw people to them. So maybe it's a meal plan that you've created that helps someone. Maybe it's translating something that's really hard to understand into an easier terminology. But whatever it is, that's your thing. Maybe it's family meals. Maybe it's diabetic friendly recipes. Whatever your niche is, you find a way to add value to people without expecting anything in return. And then people realize, wow, she really is out there to really help us. And I want to watch her and follow her. And then when you share your life out loud, as you're doing that, I think that's when they get to know you and they connect with you. You share what you're doing and people want to join your team. So I can't say that I have the formula, but I do know that what makes someone successful is that they believe in our products and they believe in the opportunity and they have a vision. Whatever it is, each and every one of us has our own vision, but are we working to get there? Or do we give ourselves permission to not work as hard because it's hard? And I'm in that boat sometimes. I'd rather go and chit chat with a friend or go have coffee somewhere so I don't do what I need to do. Do I know what it is that I need to do to change where I'm at? Absolutely. And it's really, it's not, I wouldn't say, it's not hard, but it's not, what is the word? There's simple little things that you have to do, but doing them isn't always easy, right? It's easy sometimes to just not do them because they're simple little things. They add up. So it's that compound effect. So it's not just my motivation and belief, but it's me knowing, and what motivates me is seeing that our executive team doesn't stop, that our company continues to innovate and provide what our, what America, let's say, and Canada need, right? They're products that the consumers need because we don't live very healthily. Let's see. I'm looking to see what questions I had. Did anyone have a question? I really feel like my passion comes from using our products and knowing that we have the ability to make a difference in other people's lives. But any questions? I know most of you are muted, but you can go ahead and unmute if you had a question. Sorry, there's a printer in the background here. I didn't set the printer, but someone's printed something in here. So let me come up with a couple of questions that I would ask me. If you have a question, feel free to ask. But I guess, what I think is, oh, Danielle, go ahead. Do you want me to unmute you? Hold on, I can unmute you. Did you have a question, Danielle, Napoli? No. Okay, sorry. I saw your hand go up. Sorry. I'll mute you again. Okay. Was it okay? So what I kind of feel like is sometimes when we aren't on a program. We don't have that passion when it's hard, when people are distracted, when it's holiday season. It's easy to think this isn't working. And then I look at internally myself and I say, why isn't it working? Well, it's not working because I'm not working. Like, I look at it and I've given myself permission this time of year to say, oh, people aren't interested. People are doing this or that. They're busy with buying presents. They are distracted with food. They're doing this and that. And then I say, well, if I invite them, they're just going to say no. So I'm making up a story in my head. So I really have to go back to, it's not true. There might be people interested. You shouldn't judge people based on where they're at. You really need to just put it out there and see if they're ready, because people are thinking about it all the time, but they're only going to take action when they're inspired to do so. And then a lot of the people really are going to wait until January 1st. But the thing that we have on our advantage to that is that they will want to get started on January 1st. So the next 2 weeks are actually really critical for us to be talking to people. Maybe not selling, but just asking questions of people. Like, what is your plan for the new year? Do you have any resolutions? A lot of people that I know are setting fitness goals. Do you have any? That's an easy way to start a conversation. And then from there, you can transition and talk to people, but mostly listen. And then if they're saying, well, I do know I want to do this, but I'm not really sure how, it opens the door for you to say, I'm a Beachbody coach, and we have a health bet coming up. I don't know how many of you, by raising hand, participated in our November health bet, want to know about our January one, want to get involved. Anybody? A couple people. I think we were given almost like $20, $16, something like that. We split a pot. It was like $1 million they put in and added to it. So they're going to do that again in January. Probably going to be a little bit bigger of a pot. Perhaps more people are going to participate. It doesn't matter. It's a way to help people get committed and stay committed. And that's what we're about, is really providing a solution, helping people make it fun and help them stay committed. Because when people get committed, they're going to see results. When they surround themselves by other people using the products, that's when we really see that it's more. It becomes part of their life, and they don't want to lose that. So maybe they feel more accountable. I know I did in my group. So for us, that's a huge thing to leverage. You can basically earn money back from the company just for logging your workouts and your shakes in an app. If you want to play, they have to drink Shakeology, log their workouts, and it's that easy. There's rules how many per thing. But anyway, it's a great thing to leverage as the holidays come through, a way to help others stay committed. I wanted to share, I was listening today, I listened to the National Coach Call, usually on record. I usually play it in my car through the podcast. And sometimes I'll listen to it on fast speed, depending on how fast the speakers speak. A lot of times I think they're slow, so you can speed it up. So it's really like 20 minutes, 15 minutes of your day. Super inspirational. And this week, Jimmy Nelson, Coach Jimmy, was on, and he was talking about squeezing every last minute out of your workout and out of your business. And I don't know how many of you, we call them in our family our last bite leavers. They say 3, 2, 1, and you're 3, 2, 1, and you're walking away to get your water already. You're kind of leaving the last few minutes of your workout on the table. My kids do that with their sandwiches, with everything they eat, they leave a bite on so we have this joke. But it's true. Jimmy was talking about how you really do need to show up, and that over the course of a program, those last 3 seconds of every move really add up. And sometimes that's the difference between the person who gets results and the person who might not get good results. So I was thinking about that, and just thinking about how committed am I to helping people, and what's going to drive me to help more people. Because it's either easy or it's not easy, right? So some of the things that help you, like instead of making a goal of, I'm going to get successful, I'm going to help 3 people. Maybe it's, I want to help someone feel better about themselves. I want to see the transformations. I want to create a binder. Carl talked about this. I maybe it was at Summit, but just having a binder of your transformations and carrying them around with you and knowing that you're making a difference. Since to a lot of us, that's really what it takes, is just helping other people. Sorry, I don't think that's me ringing, but someone's timer is ringing. And I was going to see if there's any other questions. So, I don't know, Jen, did Jen make it on? Or I know Carrie's on, but she's not. Are you muted, Carrie? She had said she might want to share something. I didn't know if Jen made it on. Sure, I don't think she did. But I just wanted, that was what I wanted to share. I wanted to share that I'm still here because I believe. And when I do question, you know, is this the right thing for me? I know I'll always be here because I use our products and I want to help people feel better about themselves. And knowing that this is a way for people, it is not muted. Okay. This is a way for people to change their future, right? Like change the way their health and fitness is going, and also change the way, if they want to, their life is going. Because I've watched hundreds and hundreds of people, maybe thousands of people, have something different because they're helping people. So you're given a gift to pay it forward. And, you know, like, I guess when I feel like I've been keeping it to myself, because I think sometimes I do that, I say to myself, well, why are you doing that? Like, it's usually out of fear. Fear of judgment is the biggest one I can think of, right? Like, I don't want someone to think I'm in a multi-level marketing business. I don't want someone to think that I'm friends with them because I want to sell them something. Right? Like, those are the reasons. And why are those things there? Because I put them there. Because I'm trying to make a goal. My company doesn't tell me that I have to sell anything. Like, I do this. I make this up inside my head. So I think we just need to really focus on who is out there that we can help and share our results and why we love the company, even if we don't have that, you know, textbook core de force before and after pictures that are in the box, right? They're not putting my picture in the box. I don't have that today. You know, I do have a transformation from 10 years ago. My body's different. My life is different. My cabinets are different with children that are now different ages. I can't, like, keep certain things out of the house that maybe I could have before, but I am different and I am okay with where I am. And if I want different, who knows the answer? I mean, I know the answer, right? I have to do something different. So what I'm doing now is going to keep me where I am. You know, I have to change dramatically something, the way I'm eating, probably not the exercise doing that. So I just want to say that it's really up to us. And when we question things, it's just to change the way we're thinking, because I think we have the power there to really help so many people. And that's really what I see the top coaches doing. Like, why are they in the top? Well, they've enrolled more people, so they're talking to more people, so they're helping more people. I see Carrie popped onto my screen. Carrie, did you want to say something? I don't know. Before we had talked, I didn't know if you had anything to share. Okay. Well, unless there's any other questions, that was all I had for today. Any questions, guys? Nice to see. I see some faces here that I haven't seen in a while. Hey, John. Hi, Christine. See some screen names, but I see a lot of faces. There's Andy, Danielle, Denise, Rachel, Mike, Beth, Jen. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great week. We will have a call next week, so we'll go ahead and come up with our topic and share it so that you know in advance. And just have a great night.
Thanks, Lee.
Yep. Bye, guys.